Hi everybody, it's your girl Diamond, and I'm here back with on an episode of Family Fiance. Listen, I know it's late, but things happen, and I'm trying to get my videos out, but I'm trying to pace myself because I have a lot going on. Alright, so we're starting out with Family Fiance episode 2. You got Kim and David. Kim and David, they met at high school. David is a high school English teacher and coach, and Kim is the school's counselor. David made the first move. Within 6 months, they got engaged. But they've been engaged this entire time, but together 4 years. And it's been a pretty much tension in the family, particularly Kim's kids. She has two kids, CJ and Connor, 20 and 15. So the whole clash of it is different parenting styles. So coming in with the new situation with a whole new set of kids, because David raised all of his. He has 5 kids and they're all grown and out the house. So to come back in with a new set of kids, he feels like he has to take over. But we're going to get into more. So of course, people coming in from the family, we got Kim's sister Fatina, her sons Connor and CJ. On David's side, he has his mom, his cousin Nikita, and his son Aaron. So they arrive at the house. It's all smiles. Oh no, they meet with Tracy, find out the difference of what's happening with them. So once the family arrives, they take into Kim. So they're pretty much bonded with everybody coming into different families. You know what I'm saying? So they love Kim. They love their son. They love her sons, but as far as like the parenting styles, it's not good. On the way there, CJ tells Fatina that in the midst of David living in the house, as forms of punishment, he took the doors off both him and Connor's door. The doors, I'm like, what is this, Freaky Friday? We take doors off handles, take doors off the hinges. Fatima is pissed because Connor came home from work. No, CJ came home from work, find out that his door was gone. And Fatima is pissed. Like, Fatima was pissed the entire majority of the beginning of the episode. She was mad up. He expressed that CJ was pushed out the house for some reason because it was a strain on his mom. I'm like, what strain? Was he not paying any bills? Was he not helping out, putting his weight? Because he is older. Is he not helping clean? So the fact that he was pushed out, Kim was even heartbroken that her son got to get out. Now listen, my mom and dad never put no restrictions on me. I have until I'm 25 to leave the house. Or they didn't put no restrictions on when I turned 18, I had to leave. Thankfully, by the time I was 21, I did move out, but I got married. So the way that I did it like the normalcy. So I never had a restriction or a time limit to leave the house. My parents never did that for me. As long as I do what I'm supposed to do, work, help pay a bill or two, learn how to be self-sufficient and learn how to pay a bill, learn how to when I do leave, I know how to take care of myself. So we get to the family meeting. Everybody expresses their concerns. It's the parenting styles that they have. Kim and David parent differently, which is normal to parent different. But you can't come in and take over somebody else's parenting styles and say this is how it should be. You can't do that. You have to meet the person who they are and learn how to learn together on how to make it better. The mom, he has anger issues. We're gonna find out where the anger issue came from. Aaron, communication. Learn that CJ and Connor are different people, different personalities. You can't come in and change them. And then stop comparing them. CJ, it's a disconnect between them being treated wrongly and the parenting styles. Connor, communication, and stop comparing him to his kids. We're not the kids that you raised. We are Connor and CJ. We are two different people of your kids. Treat us how we are. Let us be who we are. Don't try to change us. Because apparently when they moved in, things changed. Fatina, having a relationship with her nephews. Don't mistreat her nephews. Don't mistreat her nephews. So while hearing all that, Fatina is looking shocked and surprised because she didn't know about all of this. She didn't know it was this bad. So he approaches her. She said, I'm surprised by you having anger issues now, along with you taking doors off the hinges. Don't mistreat my nephews. Don't do that. So then, we get to the task. So Kim was to play two truths and a lie with David's family. And David is to play connect the dots. So trying to connect where the communication is misconstrued, not meshing, not being, together. So Kim, she makes up, two truths and a lie. She understands David's parenting style. It was love at first sight, and her kids were number one. The lie was she understands David parenting. She don't. She realized that David sometimes is too harsh on things that she's not fully understanding and she doesn't like. But the reason why she's not putting her foot down is because she's still trying to keep the peace. And then for David, the question was asked of him, why do you feel that CJ and Connor are the problem? He said they don't respect him. And Kim stopped how he was talking to them. He would cuss at them, fuss at them. And nobody got time to be, don't talk to me like that. And if Kim never talked to her kids that way to get them to listen, then you need to take a page out of Kim's parenting book and take it from there. Don't just come in thinking that you know best. No. So then, turns out it was an agreement between David and Kim to take the doors off the hinges for punishment. They didn't know. CJ and Connor didn't know. Fatina was like, okay, see that's the problem right there. Since you guys are having discussions about them, the way that it's coming about it, they're looking as if you're the one that took charge and everything. Because Connor said, my mom would never agree to take my doors off my hinges as a form of punishment. And of course, if she was to, it's because you're very adamant in your points and your reasoning. So she would say yes to avoid an argument. I'm like, ooh, Lord. And of course, you coming in just trying to be a part of our family, but you came in as a warden, not a parent. So now was another question. How can CJ and Connor improve? Basically, David wants them to, be self-sufficient. Get a job, help out, don't quit when things get hard. But then Connor was like, you can't expect for us to be perfect. You want to be the best at everything. But sometimes people are not programmed like that. You have to let people be where they at, be where they are. Accept them. But at least give them kudos that they try. You can't keep beating them down whenever they make a mistake. Because it's like everything that I do, you're going to blame me for it. Or everything that I do, you're going to say it was my fault. I didn't try hard enough. But at least acknowledge the fact that I did try. So you can't beat them down every time they make a mistake. And that's not good, Fatina was like, you can't keep beating them down. And then stop comparing them to your kids. And you keep saying, if one of my kids was doing this, they would never give up. They will keep going. They're not your kids. In a way, they're your step kids. But you can't keep comparing them to what your kids have done and did. You can't compare that. I have a problem with that too. I compare and I have to stop doing it. I have to be where it's at and let it be. I can't be like, if it was me, I wouldn't have. Well, sometimes everything is not reflecting on what you would do. You're not in that situation. Even if you was, you would think differently just as much as they would think differently. You have to be okay with that. So Kim was another truth and a lie. I work as a counselor. I'm always the first to apologize. I love to shop. The lie was, she's not the first to apologize. David is. The mom is surprised to hear that because David hasn't been quick to apologize to her. She has been the brunt of David's explosive behavior. Even when he's hurt her feelings to the point of no return, she still apologized to him. He has never apologized to her. That was really sad to hear. He has said some really hurtful things to her. So we get to the family dinner. Fatina apologizes for her attitude. It came from hearing about the doors. She did not hear that it got this bad. And then, of course, she feels like taking the doors off the hinges is a bit harsh in what she believed and what she grew up with. David's family disagrees. They said taking the doors off the hinges is harsh. She said, yes. No, it's not. And the kid says, if you're in my house and I'm paying the bills and you don't respect my rules, accept the consequences. Now, I'm all about respecting the rules, but I don't believe that type of punishment never occurs to me. When it comes to punishment, usually it's taking the things that they hold dear. Take away the iPod, take away their iPad, take away their games, take away their phone. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things, take away their game systems. That's a punishment. But taking the doors off, to me, that's a little bit extreme for me, because at the same point in time, these boys are getting older and they have to have privacy. I understand. You're renting privacy, and so you leave your own, then you get your own privacy. But at the same point in time, kids are getting older. As for me, as a girl, hello, I'm going to need my privacy at times. Even though, but I'm not saying I'm going to lock my door. I would like my door closed at some point. So, of course, it's the whole thing about coming into a new situation, changing everything. You're adding strict rules, and then, of course, the way that you're going about it, people are going to come resentful to that. Connor's at the point where he's just ready to turn 18 and move out because he doesn't want to stay anymore. These rules are getting way more stricter. There's no common ground. There's no listening. That's just my way or the highway, and I'm not with that. He leaves. CJ said that both him and Connor, they hold their feelings in. They hold it in and they deal with it later. The mom recognizes this type of behavior, and she turns to David and says, "Sounds familiar?" So apparently, the fact is that the mom has felt the brunt of David's explosive behavior because David holds it all in, and when he's about to explode, boom, 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 boom. And she's got disrespected by him multiple times by his explosive behavior. CJ has seen that side of David before. Turns out, David has been in therapy since 97. This man's 50 years old and he's been in therapy. The mom clashed. Both him and David clashed because in the midst of David trying to speak, the mom doesn't want to get disrespected. So she's basically saying, watch your tone, watch what you say before you talk to me. He can't even get a word out because she wants him to be like, come respect me. I'm still your mother, respect me. But he's like, you won't let me talk. It's been like this the entire time. You won't let me finish. So it's like, oh Lord. Kim tries to calm him down, keep him at ease. We're going to find out more. Find out more why. So the next day, Fatina and Kim go outside, and she's like, what happened at the dinner? I missed it. Some things have occurred. So to hear about his anger problems, where did they come from? She said from his childhood, he's dealt with trauma and the way that he was disciplined. So the midst of it, do you not see that that's carrying on to the rules that the house have been implemented, you know? Because taking the doors out the hinges, where did that come from? Was it just him? She said it wasn't just him thinking about that. But he didn't think about that on his own. But for Fatina, she's saying like, come on now, the way that the rules were suggested, it made it like it was solely on David, which is why they feel that way towards him. She said, I can see it. Since she did not put her foot down, she did not communicate that this is how things are going to go. We're not trying to change everything, but we're going to set a few ground rules. So since she did not speak up, everything was just on David's terms. So we get to the session with Tracy. The tension with his mom. It's been since he was kids. Tracy tells Kim flat out, the way that you are calling onto him, how calming him down, in Connor and CJ's eyes, it's like you're choosing David over him. And you want to keep him happy because you don't want to lose him. But in the midst, your kids feeling left out. Your kids are feeling like we don't matter because you want to keep David happy. She didn't protect her kids in the beginning of bringing David into their lives. So then, of course, as far as for boundaries, what boundaries? You took the doors out the hinges. There's no boundaries. You just completely accepted David's way of parenting and you forgot how to be a parent yourself because it's been you and CJ and Connor this entire time before David got into the picture. What happened? David learns that he came in to CJ and Connor's lives. It wasn't the way that he did it. He wished he would have did it better. He wished he would have came as their friend, but not as being an automatic parent and changing everything. If he had did that, then it would have been a different outcome. David breaks down. He leaves the session, was crying. He realized what he did was wrong. Then we get to the session with him and the mom. Tracy suggested that if you want to have this conversation, would you mind if I sit in and help? He said, I would love that. So his mom wants him to be happy. But we get to the brunt. It's generational curses at its finest. I don't like generational curses. I try to break them every day. He expressed that he wanted a relationship with his mom. He felt like an afterthought, like he wasn't needed, wasn't warranted. In high school, he played all the sports, got all the medals. He received the accolades from other people, but the one person that he wanted to feel the love and attention and the proudness was from his mom. She did not want to hear his feelings, not listening. He felt unwanted. Even though he did not want to be that same way to his kids, he ended up doing it. Just being a hard ass. Not letting them be who they are, but only faulting them when they do wrong and beating them down like they're never going to be good enough. The reason why that happened, the reason why the mom said, I understand how you felt, I'm listening to how you feel, and I'm sorry I could not give you what you wanted, but the reason why is because I didn't know how, because I felt unwanted in my childhood. Her mom never celebrated anything that she did growing up. She received her first hug at 6. And at 68 years old, her mom has never said, I love you. I started to cry. I started to cry hearing that, because that is sad. To not get a hug from your mom, to not get a I love you, to not say I'm so proud of you, even if you think it's small, even if they show you a picture of something that they drew, but it's not a picture, it's not a perfect image, they didn't color inside the lines, you should still say, oh my God, that is so nice, I'm so proud of you, look how you did that, you mixed those colors yourself. Oh my God, I was so sad at this point. I was so sad. But she is proud of David. She's very proud of him. David wants to do better. So they set up a mini family meeting. He apologized to CJ and Connor. He admits that he automatically came in trying to be their father. He should have came as a friend. Tried to, meet them where they're at and learn how to be better together. CJ and Connor, they accept the apology, but they want actions behind it. And I'm not mad at that for him feeling like that. David recognizes Connor's behavior to want to hurry up and leave and get out. That's what he did. After he graduated high school, he left and never came back. Erin is happy and emotional that David wants to be better for Kim and her kids, because apparently the same pattern is passing down to his kid. They tend to hold everything in, don't express it, don't have trouble communicating, and it comes out wrong. So he's happy that his dad wants to do better. Very happy. Kim talks to her kids. They want to figure out how can we forgive but not forget. She said never forget. Never forget. But you guys want to start fresh and start let's do that. Let's start clean slate. We're starting a clean slate. So CJ wants to come around more when it comes down to things getting better. Once he sees it getting better. So we get to the blessing ceremony. Everybody answers yes. Then we get to the ending credits. CJ has not come around more now that it's been a team effort, that the way they form punishment, so he's not coming around. I mean, you're 20 years old. As much as you want to have a good relationship with your mom and your stepdad, you want to, but of course, you got your own life. You can come around when you want to. There's no shame in that. Connor and David has had a good relationship, so things have been progressing. So that was a really good episode. That was a very telling episode. And it blends into how you got to be careful of who you bring into your family. And then, of course, you got to be sure that everybody else is equal and understanding of what the situation is. You can't come in and change things and things that is going to make it better if nobody else is listening, nobody else is understanding, and nobody else is learning. But that was a very good episode. That's all I got. I ain't got no more to give, but I was in my feelings with this one, y'all. But I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good day. Bye.